Dear students, today we are going to study what is neoteny. Neoteny is a unique natural phenomena in which there is retention of larval or embryonic traits in the adult body. For examples, larval gills present in some of the adult salamanders. Another term which is different from neoteny is paedogenesis. Pedo means child, genesis means reproduction, which means the gonads, they get developed in the larval stages and they start reproducing and produce young ones. This production of young ones by larval or pre-adult stages is termed as paedogenesis, and it is quite different from neoteny, which is the retention of the larval characters in adult body. This phenomena is exhibited by gallfly, liver fluke, salamanders, Nycturus, siren, and Proteus. I'm talking about this paedogenesis, which is the larval maturity or pedomorphosis. This phenomena is the characteristic features of urochordates or tunicates. Tunicata, as you know, they are protochordates, and Larvaceae or Appendicularia are the classes. The classical example of neoteny is axolotl. Ambystoma mexicanum exists in Mexico, and Ambystoma tigrinum found in Colorado goes through typical gilled aquatic larval stages, and after passing through these larval stages, they metamorphose to give rise to adult, which are air breathing land forms. But however, under certain conditions, they fail to metamorphose, and when they fail to metamorphose, after over time they become sexually mature, and this sexually mature but morphologically immature larval stage with external gills is called as axolotl larva. Now, what are the environmental factors which affects the neoteny, which is retention of the larval characters in the adult forms? The prime reason is abundance of food, presence of cold conditions, and insufficient iodine in the environment present in the vicinity of the animals surviving. Iodine is actually the very important component of thyroxine hormone, which induces metamorphosis. And due to these reasons, there is failure of metamorphosis, and the larval characters, they are retained in the body. Another set of conditions is lack of food, very high temperature, sufficient iodine, or they may be experimentally treated with thyroid stimulating hormone. These axolotl larvae, they lose their gills and assume lungs and becomes adult air breathing tiger salamanders. This is how they metamorphose naturally. Here the genes of transformation, they get suppressed by the environmental conditions which I have mentioned right now, which are lack of food, high temperature, sufficient iodine. And in these conditions, the axolotl larvae, they lose their gills and they metamorphose into adults. Now, the type of neoteny. Neoteny is temporary, that means delayed metamorphosis due to prevailing ecological conditions. Intermediate type of neoteny is axolotl which produces sexually but metamorphose under suitable condition. This is intermediate type of neoteny is exhibited by axolotl larvae And in this it produces sexually, that is pedogenesis, exhibits phenomena of pedogenesis, but suitable on arrival of suitable conditions, it metamorphoses into adult. The total neoteny is exhibited by perennibranchiate salamanders, Nycturus, Siren, and Proteus. They remain in larval stages throughout their life and never metamorphose. Even treatment with thyroxine fails to do anything, and they retain their larval character. The reason is their larval form is so very successful that they refuse to metamorphose into adults. Now, what is the significance of this neoteny? If we see salamander in their ecological habitat, we find a great heterogeneity is expressed by all the neotenous perennibranchiate forms. This proves that neoteny is a secondary specialization or a physiological adaptation of great advantage. So students, this is all in the neoteny. Let me revise for you the difference between neoteny and paedogenesis. Neoteny is the retention of some of the larval traits in the adult body after metamorphosing, whereas in paedogenesis, the larva is so satiated with the conditions that it refuses to metamorphose and start reproducing and produces young ones. So this is the difference between paedogenesis and neoteny, and the classical example is axolotl larva. So students, this is all in neoteny and paedogenesis. Thank you very much.